So one of the things that we noticed about the quality assurance and testing world is that it was quite hard to get hold of good information on who the vendors are and what financial services companies thought of different vendors in their quest to choose the right vendors, work with the right people for testing. So we decided to put together the QA Vector 500, which is a comprehensive database of the consultants, integrators, software vendors who specialize in providing testing and quality assurance services for the financial services industry. We track the companies in the QA Vector 500, who they are, what they do, what their organizational structure is, how they're funded, what their financials are, what their products are, what specific specialties they have, what their company history is, and who their key contacts are. We're also in the process of enhancing the QA Vector 500 with customer feedback. If you like, the TripAdvisor content. What is the actual user experience of working with each company? So we've done our first round of research. We've interviewed so far about 50 major financial services buyers of quality assurance services, and that's just a small fragment of what we'll be doing on a rolling basis. But the findings that are already coming out are very interesting. On the one hand, there's the pressure to reduce costs, either to reduce costs compared to budget or actually cut costs compared to last year. But on the other hand, the priority in this space is better software as judged by what the customers think of the software and getting applications to market faster. When you put that together, in fact, most banks, most financial services organizations expect to increase their spend, not decrease it. They'll put pressure on vendors to reduce the cost per vendor. They'll put pressure on doing things smarter. So we see a lot of interest in automation. No big surprise there. We also see an increased interest in benchmarking, but it's not clear yet what is meant by benchmarking. Benchmarking is either we opened it up and we saw if it worked, and it turns out the majority of people is what benchmarking means. If it's actually formally measured, it may well be measured in a rather silo way at the moment, just by looking at code quality for one particular component of an application, rather than taking a holistic view at the success of the project and using a defined measure for determining the success of the overall application. So we expect to see a lot of interest in that area going forward. As we take the QA Vector 500 forward, we're looking to increase the amount of information we have by way of feedback on individual vendors. We're looking to create a much more interactive community of financial services buyers in return for feedback from financial services buyers of quality assurance and testing support. We'll give financial services professionals a year's free access to the QA Vector 500 and all the research contained within it.